Welcome to another episode of VVIP interview. Today we have very special guest, the global philanthropist and humanitarians, the founder and the CEO of the Giving Back Foundations, Meera Gandhi. Can you please tell us about the Giving Back Foundation?
I was doing a lot of charitable work in New York with the New York City Ballet, with Asia Society, with a lot of large organizations. But I wanted to really get in touch with the people that we were raising the money for. So in 2010, I started the foundation. We have three mandates. The first, to be a catalyst to provide education for women and girls. Our second mission is to be a force for positive change and to create a platform for positive dialogue and debate. The Woodstock Film Festival, we sponsor an award for a director, filmmaker, writer who produces positive content. Mark Ruffalo has won this award. Meera Nayar has won this award, and several other people that many people would know. The idea is to create either a space, a venue, or sponsor a space where young people can come together and dialogue, perform music, debate, or do a dramatic activity. This has also grown to the arts. So we're also involved in a lot of projects that allow the youth to bring their art and their sculptures to the mainstream. The third and the most exciting platform is the mental wellness, because our team decided that there was a different kind of need on the planet. And we also have the Meera Gandhi show, which is 13 episodes on B4U TV. It's in reruns now, and we talk about how to bring joyfulness into your life. How do you create happiness? More recently in India, on Times Now, my show is running. It's called 3 Tips by Meera Gandhi. It airs every Saturday and Sunday at 8:15 on Times Now network. It also runs in 100 countries. So again, it's about mental wellness, and it's been very well received.
This is really interesting, And I want actually to ask you about how actually you was working with 75 charity as well, like you helping them and helping them finding along with your own foundation. So how you select this charity and what kind of project you're working with?
Okay, it's a good question. And we do have the book right here, which the 75 charities that we have supported, worked with, are chronicled here. This was a charity I was involved in when I first got married in India. And then when I moved back to India in 99, I continued working with them, which is the Ladies Wing in Bombay. The Asha Foundation is in London. And again, it's for women empowerment. It's close to Harrow. This is the Eleanor Roosevelt Center at Valkill. This is for women empowerment. So basically, you just go from strength to strength. One thing leads to the other. This is actually at Happy Home and School for the Blind. This is my son when he was very little. I always exposed my children to all the activities I did, and I think today they're out there also making the world a better place. My older daughter, Madam Gandhi, is involved in a huge feminist movement where she's teaching women to find their own voice. She does it through music. My daughter Kanika, she's involved in lobbying for organic farming because she feels what we eat affects the way we think. How we think is how we act. And when we act better, we have a better planet. Our son is currently in Beijing. He is fluent in Mandarin, and he's looking at how to improve the trade relations between the US and China. So they've all sort of found their own niches, but I think a lot of learning starts at home. So this is a journey that is, it's a quarter of a century. This is my work over 25 years. So it's a big body of work. And so over years, liaisons happen, you work with people, someone needs your expertise in one place, other places you lend your support or you get involved, and I think this is the way it has to be.
So speaking about empowering females and women leaders, you started at 16, early stage. So tell us what is the inspiration by working with Mother Teresa, and you meet a lot of female leader in this space,
Yeah, I would say my most important role model would be my mother. I feel my mother has always conducted her life. What she says is who she is. So I think we learned integrity at a very young age, and I would say my mother is my foremost role model, as is my sister and my daughters and Kira. I think the women in our family are my role models. Mother Teresa, I met when I was 16. I went from school for an Interact program to Ashadan in Baikala, and we were supposed to get do a couple of hours playing with the kids and feeding them. I loved it so much. I went back every Saturday. And yes, along the way, I met Mother Teresa many times because she was there very often. And I remember one incident where I'd finished feeding a child, and a mother walked in and she took the child from me, and the child burped all that white gruel over her sari, and she just started laughing. She's like, "Oh, good, now the food is digested." Mother, she had a big teeth. She was always laughing. She was always hugging people. She was always joyful. I think my first idea of a joyful life was watching Mother, because after I would work at Ashadan and go back, I would just feel so good about myself, and I never really understood it. I would just feel so good. I think from there I understood that if you are thinking about other people and you are doing things for other people, you're just in a happier place. That's just what evolution is about.
Also, you have very amazing quote, actually, I noted down, which is, we are the universe only as much as we give it back to it. Okay.
Correct.
So it is very deep mean. What is mean for you, actually, this quote?
So the quote is, we ought, is right on my book here, and it is, we ought to the universe only as much as we give back to it, because we are symbiotic. We breathe in oxygen, we breathe out carbon dioxide. What we eat and we throw out is used as fuel for fodder. Where it's a completely interrelated, interactive, inspired planet, and sometimes we forget that. So if you think that you're like on your own ecosystem, you just can't be happy. We need others. We need others. We need oxygen. We need all those elements to live. And I think this saying says to me that we have to clearly understand that we are part of a larger mission. We are part of a larger universe, and we have to understand that universe. We have to walk in unison with the universe, and yeah, we have to give back to it. We can't just keep taking from it.
Yeah. So we want actually to wish happy 10th anniversary for your foundations.
Yes.
And we want to ask you, what is the upcoming project right now you're working on?
So this is the 10th year of the Giving Back Foundation. We have decided we are now ready to launch our own line of products. So we are launching the Giving line of products. The fragrance is here. It's actually amazing. It has 28 ingredients. It's done very, very well. The candle has sold out, and we are coming out with 17 other products. Skincare, skin plumpers, all organic, sustainable. The packaging will be biodegradable. We are working with the House of Man, which is the largest and the best fragrance manufacturer in the world. We are teaming up with other organizations that are also mission oriented. And the best part of it is 15% of this line will go directly to the Giving Back Foundation.
So you know the days right now, the global suffering from malnutrition, you know. What is your view, how we can fight and challenge this big issue, global issues?
You know, actually, Ambassador Maradona and I have discussed this at length when we were at the UN together. And I know that the Spirulina program has been very successful in alleviating hunger. I think it's a shame that with so much agriculture and so much food in the world that there should still be this hunger. I think one of the main things is that governments have to get involved. I think we have to understand equitable distribution is key. But I do see the change. I see with millennials, it's not about acquiring things. Because now with an email, you can be anywhere. You don't really need to, they don't even want to buy a car. They don't want to buy houses. A lot of them don't even have driver's license. So I feel like there is going to be a more equitable distribution of resources. But I think as long as there's human greed, there will always be misery and suffering. So the key is really to change people's thinking. When we change our thinking, we change our mindset. And when we change our mindset, we can move mountains.
Wow. We see also, like, recently you headlined a lot of cover of magazine, and recently in Dubai you've been awarded from Masala, the most influenced woman. So how you feel about this award, and how important actually media when it comes to charity and humanitarian activities?
I think it's extremely important because it gives you a platform. It gives you a very large launching platform. And I always say I will always use these platforms to the best of my ability. Now, joining hands with being recognized by Masala Magazine and ITP opens so many doors for me. We are looking at doing some very incredible projects here. And by doing a couple of fundraisers here, we're going to be able to actually make some changes in two projects we're doing in India. I think it's extremely important. You can also take people with you, take thought leaders with you. I think what Masala Magazine accomplished last night was that they brought so many influencers together. And so many of us were talking about things we can do together.
I see also from your previous show that you are always focusing about mental health, and nutrition. How important actually the mental health nowadays,
I think mental health is more important today than ever before because we are just pulled in so many directions. And unfortunately, advertising and media has been so designed as to make us feel bad about ourselves. You're not good enough. You're not thin enough. You're not strong enough. Your bones are not good enough. Your hair is not good enough. Like if you really look at a whole bunch of ads, you're like, oh my God, like should I even be standing? Everything about me needs to be fixed. So it plays on your mental framework. And I think if you're not in a good emotional and mental place, you just can't stride forward. It's very important. So a lot of work we are doing through the Giving Back Foundation, through mentoring programs, through bringing different leaders to the forefront is really to explain to people that you are created in the image of the divine. You are strong and you are perfect. You are meant to be here in this moment. You are meant to enjoy this planet. No matter what happens, everything is going to be okay. We are told it's not going to be okay. You don't have insurance, tomorrow this will happen. We didn't have it before. We didn't have it 15,000 years ago. We may not have it 15,000 years later, but we are going to be okay. But we have to keep the human spirit strong.
So for everybody like watching this interview, what is the best way, the message that you want to people want to help the Give Back Foundation and want to interact with your association?
Well, obviously, if you would like to donate to the foundation, please do. You can just go onto our website and press the donate button. It's super easy. But I think more importantly, I would say be your best self in every moment. By being your best self in every moment, you are making the planet a better place. I want you to enjoy this journey on Earth. It goes by extremely quickly. Don't take the time for granted. Enjoy it, because together we can make a better place. But if you are not mentally and physically and emotionally in a good place, you are missing something intrinsic about life. The sunsets, the sunrises. I mean, when I walk out, I look at the stars more closely. I listen to people more closely. And I think meditation has helped me do this. It's really helped me focus my mind. So I think if you don't have meditation practice, some sort of small meditation is key. A couple of yoga asanas is also great. It's a great way to connect with the universe and enjoy your life. Be happy. I think if you're happy, you're already doing our foundation a service.
So thank you so much for sharing your story with us, and we wish you all the best in your future project.
Thank you so much.
Thank you so much.
Thank you. It was
Thank
a pleasure.
Thank you.
Thank you.